I have used the Galaxy S24 Ultra and also the Galaxy S24 base model, and I actually prefer the base model more. First reason is the base model is $500 cheaper than the Ultra, and it does about 90% of the things that the Ultra model does. It has the same chip, the same great camera, minus some zooming lenses. And just in general, I don't like paying more than $1,000 for a smartphone. That is this threshold where I draw the line, because I think you can find a lot of good smartphones in the $800 range, like the Galaxy S24 or the OnePlus 12. There's really no need to go past $1,000 unless you really love Samsung phones. For me, I personally get them just to do review and testing, but if I was an average consumer, I would just get the base model, and it is more than enough for me. Second reason why I like the base model more is it is smaller, it's just easier to hold. In one of my other videos, I talk about how the S24 Ultra model is too big for one-handed use. Had a couple of people commented that I have two hands for a reason, and yes, that I do. And my hand is not small or anything, I just have regular sized hand. But just because I have two hands doesn't mean I want to use two hands at all times. There are times where I'm holding my baby, so I only have one hand available. Sometimes if you're walking or doing the dishes or just some random chore that you just want to send a quick text with one hand, you might not always have two hands available. So just having the flexibility with a smaller phone is easier to send quick texts and easily use it with one hand. Sometimes you want to pull your phone up to take a quick picture. Using Snapchat or a camera, it's easier to launch the camera with the smaller model because the buttons are lower. Your hand's already placed there. Compared to the Ultra model, you have to do some finger gymnastics, slide your finger up, and may potentially drop your phone if you're not using a case like myself. And when I use the Ultra model, I find that I always have to cradle with two hands, death grip to make sure I don't drop it. Versus a smaller model, I can be a little more loose, and it just feels like the right size for me personally. And before jumping to the other reasons, just want to give a quick shout out to my partner Mint Mobile. Currently they offer a 5G plan for as low as $15 a month. You get access to unlimited data, talk, and text. It is a great deal. You do have to buy 3 months up front, but make sure to check them out. Link in the description below. The reason why I like the Galaxy S24 more is it is lighter. It's one thing to be smaller, but also makes a big difference that it is lighter as well, because there are some big phones like the iPhone 15 Pro Max. That phone actually feels pretty light. I know they went crazy with all their titanium advertisement. The Ultra model is made of titanium as well, but when I hold the Ultra model, it feels heavy. It feels like a brick. It's not as heavy as a Z Fold 5, but it's still pretty heavy, especially using with one hand for a long period of time. Whether you are recording a video and just holding the phone up for a couple minutes, your hand does get tired. Compared to the base model, you can record longer and without feeling any finger or hand fatigue after long periods of time. And having a lighter phone is just much easier to put in your pocket. I like to wear basketball shorts during the summer. I don't have to worry about it falling off. Even when I wear sweatpants with the Ultra model, sometimes I see it peeking out at the corner. And it gives me a lot of anxiety if I'm walking around or running, getting in and out of the car. So when I have both phones at once, the base model and the Ultra model, I tend to gravitate towards the base model. If I have to go somewhere quickly to do an errand, jump in a car, I just like to grab the smaller phone. It's much easier to take on the go. Compared to the Ultra phone, I have to worry about holding it with two hands so I don't drop it. But the base model, I like how it's rounded. Corners are more pleasant to hold. It fits in the palm nicely. Compared to the Ultra model, it's boxier and sharper, and it kind of hurts, especially if you don't use the case. Obviously, the Ultra model is a superior phone. It is more expensive. It has Quad HD. It is bigger. If you want a bigger phone for gaming, watching videos, it has the S Pen. It is made of premium materials like titanium. It has Gorilla Glass armored where your phone wouldn't get scratched as easily, but you can just always buy a screen protector. It has faster charging, 45 watt compared to 25 watt. It does have the extra macro camera, so if you really want that, you have to get the Ultra model. If you can live without it, then it's fine. But the Ultra model is a better fit for people with bigger hands or bigger pockets. Me personally, I still prefer the compact king, which is the Galaxy S24. I think it is the better bang for your buck, especially you don't need all the extra bells and whistle from the Galaxy S24 Ultra. with the added weight and size and the extra $500 price tag on it. Let me know what you guys think, and if you are an Ultra person or a base model. You can't really go wrong either way. You like what you like. Or maybe even a Plus. I feel like one of these days I should try out the Plus just to try it, but it's kind of in that weird area where it is right at $1,000. The Ultra model is literally the best Samsung phone that you can get. It has all the top of the line specs, even better than the Z Fold series, which is a more expensive phone. And then we have the base model, which is the best value S model. And I think it's just more comfortable to use with one hand. So the Plus model kind of fits somewhere in between. For me personally, I like to go full budget and get the most value that I can out of a premium flagship phone, or I want to get the best of the best, which is the Ultra. But let me know if you guys are interested in me doing a deep dive on the Plus model one of these days. I feel like it's always been a forgotten middle child for me. Appreciate the time as always. Remember to like and subscribe. Please check out the last video where I talk about if the Galaxy S24 Ultra is worth it or not, if you're interested in watching more. And see you guys in the next video.